Hi folks, in my last video I picked up few of the ancient Western Greek philosophers and scientists who were extremely influential in setting the stage for cosmology. In the ancient times, there have been various theories about relationship between Earth and the celestial bodies during day and night skies. Most of them believed that the Earth is the center of everything. Now let's get into the video and I hope you will enjoy it. Thanks.
Philos was born in Croton of southern Italy. He was a Greek philosopher/scientist who lived from 470 BCE to 385 BCE and was thus a contemporary of Socrates. He is one of the three most prominent figures in the Pythagorean tradition, born 100 years after Pythagoras himself and 50 years before Archytas. He wrote one book, On Nature, which was probably the first book to be written by a Pythagorean. He also argued for a spherical Earth within the inherited world confined to one side. The visible celestial objects, as well as Earth itself, in a balancing counter-Earth orbited a central fire, permanently out of sight on the far side of the world. Eudoxus was born in Cnidus, now Turkey, in 395 BCE and died in the year 337 BCE. He was a Greek mathematician and astronomer who substantially advanced proportion theory, contributed to the identification of constellations, and thus to the development of observational astronomy in the Greek world, and established the first sophisticated geometrical model of celestial motion. He also wrote on geography and contributed to philosophical discussions in Plato's Academy. Although none of his writings survive, his contributions are known from many discussions throughout antiquity. He introduced the idea of celestial spheres. Each planet sits on the innermost of a set of nested transparent spheres rotating at different rates. Interactions between these different rotations explain the wandering motion of the planets compared to the outermost sphere of fixed stars. Aristarchus of Samos, born 310 BCE, died 230 BCE, was a Greek astronomer who maintained that Earth rotates on its axis and revolves around the Sun. He proposed a universe with the Sun rather than the Earth at its center. He successfully showed that the Sun was much larger and more distant than the Moon, but the lack of direct evidence that Earth was in motion meant that his idea struggled to win support. Claudius Ptolemy. The Egyptian Greek astronomer lived during the Common Era from year 100 to 170. He produced the most detailed Earth-centered cosmology in a book known as the Almagest. He maintained Aristotle's concept of crystal spheres and uniform circular motions. To this, he added epicycles, smaller spheres that allowed the planets to circle back and forth as they were generally carried in one direction by the main sphere. While the planetary spheres remained circular, their centers did not necessarily line up with the center of the Earth. Ptolemy's theory appeared at first to solve the mismatch between theory and observations of planetary motion. It was hugely influential and became accepted wisdom for more than 1,000 years. However, as time went on, Ptolemy's model proved incapable of accurately predicting planetary motions, with later astronomers adding more and more epicycles to the system to fix it.
Now to conclude the video, the heliocentric or the sun-centered model of the solar system never gained wide support in the early days because its proponents could not explain why the relative positions of the stars seemed to remain the same despite the Earth's changing viewpoints as it moved around the sun. However, Claudius Ptolemy suggested that this discrepancy could be resolved if it were assumed that Earth was fixed in position, with the Sun and other bodies revolving around it. As a result, Ptolemy's geocentric, that is Earth-centered system dominated scientific thought for almost 1,400 years. However, Nicholas Copernicus in 1543 introduced heliocentrism and it started to be re-established. Galileo Galilei's support of this model resulted in his famous trial before the Inquisition in 1633. I will touch on this in my future videos. I will also link the previous video because it has some of the Greek philosophers who are connected to this video as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share, like, and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day. Cheers.